Hello.
Hello.
It is early February 2021. Joey and I are excited to get started on our first backpacking trip of the year.
Started off right.
We are in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina, and our plan is to spend the next 3 days doing the 20-mile Uwharrie Trail, Dutchman's Creek Trail, Figure 8 Loop. It's been raining all day today. Our aim is to tackle about 5 miles today and hopefully find a nice campsite by some water. We're ready to hit the trail.
Let's do it.
Spooky vibes today in Uwharrie with the fog. Fortunately, the rain is holding off for the most part. Hopefully it's done for the day. It is pretty chilly, mid 40s. Obviously quite humid. But overall beautiful day for us, and we are excited to be out. Uwharrie Mountains top out at about 1,000 feet, but there's enough up and down and tops and valleys to kind of make you feel like you're up in the mountains a little more. Quite the steep portion here along the Dutchman's Creek Trail. Continuing along the Dutchman's Creek Trail, a little past 4 miles in so far, and we've come along another morass along the trail. The sun is trying to poke out for us here. The rain has stopped for the most part. Our home sweet home. We've made the camp here on day 1. We're just a tad past 5 miles along the Dutchman's Creek Trail, and we found an awesome open campsite here right by the stream. Already got a little bit of firewood gathered, some seats for us, plenty of spots to set up camp for the night.
It'll do. I like it.
Hollers like these across Uwharrie have long served as a place to shelter for wary travelers. Native American projectile point artifacts indicate that this region has been inhabited since the glacial retreat at the end of the last ice age, approximately 12,000 years ago. On this trip, we're using the Wood Run Area Trip E map from the Uwharrie Lakes Region Trail Guide by Don Childry. Let's take a look at the map for day 1. We started today at the 2427 trailhead, and we took the Dutchman's Creek Trail, past intersections with some of the mountain bike trails through the areas, until we reached camp for the night around the creek, and day 1 was about 5 miles. All right,
Buddy.
we're getting into the evening of day 1 here, and we've had a great day in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina. Started out a bit rainy and dreary for us, but fortunately that cleared out after an hour and a half. We were able to stay dry, and we're enjoying a beautiful afternoon and evening here in camp.
Forecast called for cloud cover most of the night, but it is clearing up very nicely, so I'll take it.
We are gathering some firewood. We're gonna get a fire going, get some dinner in us, and that'll be the end of day 1.
Beautiful day.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We made it to day 2.
Yeah, we did.
Cold night last night. Woke up to frost covering everything, especially on what we had breathed on overnight.
Man, that condensation game is serious. It's dripping all over the place. Everything's a little bit frozen. It's good morning.
The sun's coming up over the hill for us, which is nice, starting to warm up a little bit. Our plan today is to cover about 10 miles. We'll finish off the Dutchman's Creek Trail and then hop on the Uwharrie Trail before we look for another good campsite for the night. So we've got some breakfast in us. We're gonna get camp packed up and get ready to hit the trail.
Yeah, let's make it happen. So we got some pretty cool fungus along this trail. This isn't the first version. This is one of many specimens we've come across. Got thumb for scale.
They really want to make sure you know where the trail is on this section. They've got every tree blazed.
Where's the trail?
Look for one of the 30 yellow blazes through here, Joey, and let's get on our way.
I found it.
We're about 2.5 miles in on the day so far and come to yet another climb. Don't listen to anyone who tries to tell you that it's all flat hiking in Uwharrie, because that is not the truth.
Yeah, it's a little hilly right here.
Uwharrie Mountains. What goes up must come down. There's an old deer stand here right off the Dutchman's Creek Trail on the private land. What goes down must come up. We've got another set of awesome ridgeline views. Really been spoiled today with a lot of great views through the trees. Joey and I just enjoyed a nice late lunch
Diggity.
on the banks of Dutchman's Creek. We're around halfway through our day today, or what we had planned for our day today. We recently passed a day hiker who said that there's supposed to be some rain coming in between 4 to 5, and that's pretty much right around the time we're expecting to make it to camp. So we may have our work cut out for us a little bit here, but hopefully we can make some good time and get set up before that rain comes in.
Time will tell.
Two different forests on either side of the trail here. Thick and green on the right, open and clear on the left. Apparently there is a 40-mile trail run marathon in Uwharrie today, so we passed a bunch of runners and Joey and I have turned into a mini cheerleading crew. We've made it to the intersection of the Dutchman's Creek Trail and Uwharrie Trail. Closing in on the end of day 2. We'll hike a little farther here and start looking for camp for the night. Home sweet home. We've made it to camp for the night, a little ways off the Uwharrie Trail, and we traveled about 10 miles today just to find ourselves about 2 miles downstream of Big Island Creek from where we spent the night last night. As fate would have it, both the campsites that were stayed on this trip were the same ones that I stayed at 2 years ago. Known as the Uwharrie Reservation, in 1931 the federal government began purchasing the patchwork of land that would later become the Uwharrie National Forest. Let's take a look at the map for day 2. We started today at our campsite along Big Island Creek off the Dutchman's Creek Trail. We followed the Dutchman's Creek Trail for the first half of the day, connected with the Uwharrie Trail, came back to the intersection, and continued along the Uwharrie Trail until we're set up for camp here back in the Big Island Creek area. Day 2 was about 10 miles.
Tougher day than I expected. I'll be vulnerable. I kind of laughed at 10 miles. I figured it'd be a nice easy stroll, and it was tougher. I need to get back in shape for the season.
Yeah, we're working our way into form here. First backpacking trip of the year. We did get to make 2 new buddies today, and Nestor, who was set up close to us at Big Island Creek last night, and then we passed him again on the loop, and then Ryan, who we passed twice hiking today. He gave us a little bit of weather information for the evening here, as well as called out that he had seen my previous Uwharrie video. Yeah. So appreciate the love there.
Right on.
We've got camp set up. We're hoping that the rain stays off. We're not too sure what's going to happen here, but if it comes down, we've got shelter, so we'll be good to go. We're going to get some food in us and settle in for a relaxing evening.
Let's do it.
And that'll be the end of day 2. Good night.
Good night.
Morning.
Good morning.
We made it to day 3, the final day of our trip here in Uwharrie. It was a chilly night last night, but a couple degrees warmer than night 1, and it did rain non-stop throughout the entire night on us.
Non-stop. It was an adventure.
It's tapering off a little bit here in the morning. Hopefully it'll completely stop by the time we're ready to get packed up. We've got some breakfast in us. We're working on that now. Our plan today is we've got just a hair under 5 miles along the Uwharrie Trail to take us back to the 2427 Wood Run Trailhead, and that'll be the end of the trip for us. So we're gonna finish off our breakfast here and then pack up wet. It'll be time to hit the trail.
Let's do it.
We're in the middle of Big Island Creek. One of us is. And I always wonder if this particular island is the reason for the name of this creek. It is a pretty big island type thing here, but we're gonna continue on our way on the Uwharrie Trail.
I made it.
This should be our biggest climb of the day after the Uwharrie Trail breaks away from Big Island Creek. Well, Joey, 3 days adventuring in the Uwharrie National Forest. How's things been for us out here, buddy?
Yeah, it's been a good one. It's been cold, a little frosty, a little icy, a little rainy, a little muddy, and a whole lot of fun. And here we are up on this high ridge that, once again, I didn't know Uwharrie had. It's been a good one, man. The major takeaways are I need to get back in shape for hiking. As fun as it is to eat pasta all winter and sit around and be cozy and warm, it shows when you get back on trail in February. Yeah, humble reminder there. Touche, Uwharrie. But I've had a blast. I mean, again, always nice to be outdoors with my man Layne. And yeah, just had a good time. No major problems. Just cruising down the woods on a nice weekend. So happy to be out of the house.
Let's take a look at the map for day 3. This day starts at our campsite along the Uwharrie Trail on Big Island Creek. And we follow the Uwharrie Trail about 5 miles to finish back up to the 2427 trailhead, giving us a trip total of approximately 20 miles.
All right.
Woo!
Made it to the end of our 3-day, 20-mile backpacking adventure doing the Dutchman's Creek Trail, Uwharrie Trail Figure 8 Loop here in Uwharrie National Forest, North Carolina. Great trip for us. Weather was cooperative. We had a little bit of rain starting off on Friday, but that cleared out, and then we had rain all last night, but turned into an absolutely beautiful day for us hiking today.
We got blue skies, puffy clouds. What a great way to end it, man. Just perfect.
It's a beautiful place, a special place, and that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
Goodbye.